Hey friends, Barkey Dog here, back with another movie review. As I've started going back to the theaters, I got to see the trailer for the new Batman movie. Looks interesting, I guess. Might be good, might not. Dunno. But it got me thinking about good Batman movies. And one really good one in particular, namely Batman from 1989. The story here is pretty basic. Batman versus the Joker, the old Dukeruno. That's all you need to know about that. This wasn't just a superhero movie. It was much, much more than that. Batman was a hit, sure, but it was also a seismic cultural shift in entertainment. This movie was an event. It ran for months because it was the kind of picture you would go to see 2 or 3 times, maybe more. Batman connected with practically everyone, and became a part of the cultural zeitgeist. Sure, the marketing team massaged it, but this cultural connection had a very organic feel. Not many movies have done what the 1989 Batman did. Maybe Phantom Menace, the first new Star Wars movie since the original trilogy. Maybe JFK. Certainly, James Cameron's Titanic captured something of that cultural connection and ran for months. Lord of the Rings, perhaps, comes the closest. But by and large, there's been nothing like the electrifying event that was the release of the 1989 Batman. This was the teaser poster for Batman. Just the Bat logo. That was it. They didn't need anything else, and everyone knew what the movie was, and they knew this Batman would be different. The first Batman on screen since the Adam West one in the 1960s would take its cue from Frank Miller's The Dark Knight graphic novel, and all of the campiness and goofy goings-on of the previous incarnation was swept away. You could tell all that just from the poster. And yet, the movie has what I feel is glaringly missing from both the Nolanverse and the Snyderverse Batman. A larger-than-life sense of fun. That eye-popping, can't believe what I just saw and don't know what I'm going to see next, edge-of-your-seat anticipation, which only that larger-than-life sense of fun can bring. This is a fun picture. It's Batman, a serious Batman, a grown-up Batman. But while he's not Adam West, he's not a grim, dark, humorless, soulless Batman either. There's humor mixed in with the grim things going on. People get killed in this picture. Lots of them. Even Batman vaguely kills some of the Joker's henchmen. They even use a few 4-letter words in the movie. And yet, you could still bring a kid to see it, and that kid would have fun watching Batman. The movie's aesthetic is what I call nouveau retro, mixed with the surreal Charles Adams-ness that Tim Burton is so good at making. The crumbling deco-gothic look of Gotham is original and makes for a fitting battleground for hero and villain. That nouveau retro look even affected fashion tastes, and for a time, double-breasted suits, trench coats, and fedoras came back in style. It's no surprise the 1989 Batman directly inspired the Batman animated series with that nouveau retro look. Batman 89 is eminently quotable, too. Think about the future. This town needs an enema. Where does he get those wonderful toys? And in true blockbuster fashion, Batman is full of amazing movie moments everyone remembers and loves. Every reveal is perfectly timed and executed. The first time we see Jack Napier, and later when we see him as the Joker. The first time we see Batman in action, and the first time we see Bruce Wayne. The first time we see the Batcave, the first face-off between hero and villain. The first time we see the new Batmobile and Batplane. The first time we see the effect of Joker's Smile X gas. The Bat Signal. All of it unfolds and is pitched perfectly as the movie progresses. True, when news first broke that Michael Keaton would be playing Bruce Wayne, a lot of fans were not on board. He was known primarily at the time as a light comedic actor, but all that changed when they got a look at him in this picture. He's great, and he's still the best Batman we've had to date. Kim Basinger brings the hotness as Vicky Vale, the character at the center of this conflict between hero and villain. Michael Gauck is wonderful as Alfred, Pat Hingle as Commissioner Gordon, and Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent. Robert Wuhl is a fast-talking reporter, and Jack Palance plays the mob boss Jack Napier works for. And in what may have been the most inspired casting choice in the history of the movies, we have Jack Nicholson as the Joker. I know people love Heath Ledger, but the Joker is not just a psychotic, homicidal chaos agent. He's much more than that, or he should be. And Nicholson inhabits the character in a way that seems more well-rounded, more accessible, and his origin isn't a mystery box. Danny Elfman's score is unmatched and just as ingrained in our brains and hearts as the theme for Star Wars or Superman or Raiders of the Lost Ark. But I can't remember a single note of the Nolanverse Batman theme. Can you? And Prince did work on the '89 Batman soundtrack too. The look, the feel, the style, the humor, the design, the music, the lighting, the miniatures, the effects, all of it. Batman just works. There was nothing like it before, and sadly, in the internet age, I fear there'll be nothing like it ever again. Generating the kind of hype that created the Bat Frenzy of 1989 is almost impossible today. Younger viewers haven't experienced a true blockbuster because every movie is a big event movie. But today's movies aren't the same. The stories are rehashes of what we already know. The characters are empty with little or no development beyond their color, gender choices, and pronouns. The stakes are rushed with no time spent showing how high those stakes are. They rush the groundwork, and that leads to a foundation of sand for anything they try to build. Rise of Skywalker, Terminator, Dark Fate, and whatever this mess is supposed to be. None of them have an ounce of substance. They're all sound and fury, signifying nothing. There's almost always no there. These pictures are CGI snore fests, clogging up our collective cultural toilet. And they smell pretty bad, too. Okay, sure, the 1989 Batman may not be perfect. There's certainly little continuity flubs and things you can pick out if you really want to. Maybe you don't like all the humor. It's not 2001 or Lawrence of Arabia, but nonetheless, it has a perfection all its own. Some people are all in on the Nolan-verse Batman, and that's fine. Others are all about Batfleck, and that's fine, so long as Joss Whedon isn't directing. But for my money, nothing can top the Burton-verse Batman, especially this one from 1989. Will the new Batman movie be any good? Or are we in for more of the same grim, dark dreck most superhero movies have turned into today? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. No matter what, I suspect it won't be as good as 1989's Batman. You can watch my review of Batman Forever here. And down there, you can see more reviews of movies from the 1980s. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.